Hey, what's up guys, it's Fonshway, and today we're gonna talk about a phrase that has been uttered since probably the earliest days of RNG. RNG is dead. People have been saying this for the longest, and honestly, I'm not gonna beat around the bush with this one. I'm gonna give my opinion and thoughts on what I really think about this. Do I really think RNG is dead? But before we get into the video, I would like to give a quick thanks to my sponsor. If you are interested in buying a modded account with lots of cash and a high rank, check out messymoddingstore.com. Here you'll find a wide selection of deals, and this is one of the most trusted websites where you can purchase any of these services. Link will be in the description below. Now, my honest opinion with this phrase is that it's not RNG that's dead. It's your friends list that's dead, if anything. I'm not even active on the game, and I could get on any time of the day and get an invite to an RNG. The people who are saying RNG is dead are people who are like getting bored of it or have no friends that play RNG, so they never get invites. It is not dead. There's people playing every day. There's people playing all day, every day. So how can RNG be dead if there's people playing all day, every day? Okay, now look, I know there's another side to this whole phrase. How the community is not like alive and how it feels dead. I know what you mean when you say this. Everyone says that the prime of RNG was like in 2015. And I can see why people think this. I am someone who actually came from the OG community. I was there to experience the quote-unquote prime of RNG. I was there. And I know exactly what people mean when they say this, that 2015 was the prime of RNG. The reason why people say this time period was the prime was because at this time there were a lot more leaders. Simply put, there was way more leaders back then leading these unique crews. Like, I remember CDOS, BPMR, Mob F, AWRG. Like, there was so many crews back then that they made their presence and they were really active, you know. There was more leaders that were creating crews. They were gathering unique players in them. They were playing unique CVCs. CVCs nowadays are 2v2s, and it's usually versus the same people every time. Like, I've seen this man swift limit in about every CVC under every tag. Like, people nowadays are just fighting the same crews versus the same players. It's just not interesting. That is not interesting at all. And that's why it feels dead today. Like, there are no more unique crews. There are no more unique teams. Everybody nowadays needs to have the best players to fight for them, and that's pretty boring. You can see why people think it's dead now because of this. Everyone plays the same old boring face-to-face 2v2 CVC. No one does RNG CVCs anymore. But there's also a reason why they don't do that. Because nowadays, RNG CVCs cannot be played. There's too much bullshit going on now that makes them extremely unplayable. Back then, look, the lag has never changed. It's always been the same. I don't know what people are talking about when they say it's laggier now. It's not laggier now. It's always been this way. The real problem is that now there's a lot more programs going on in crews. There's a lot more people using XLag, DNS, UDP, whatever, etc. And for those who don't know, XLag is a program you can use on your computer that makes your internet lag, which gives you an advantage by making your enemy freeze for you. And when they freeze for you, you are free to shoot them and get kills on them while they cannot do anything to you, because on their screen you're going to be teleporting and they're not going to be able to aim at you. So that's why people use XLag for that advantage, so they could get like easy free kills. That's why people nowadays, they don't play CVCs RNGs, because of the programs and because there's a lot more dirtiness going on. There's a lot more tactical play where people are camping, so you could run into them and they shoot you. The camping is not the worst part, it's the X-lag. That's why people don't play CVCs anymore, because X-lag is pretty rampant nowadays in 2021. It wasn't like that back then in the prime of RNG. People were more willing to play CVCs back then because no one was using any of that stuff. And the sadder part is if the X-lag team wins, the community seems to accept that. Everyone wants to say they don't accept that, but like the X-lag team will accept that and no one will question it in reality. That's why RNG today feels dead. That's why it seems like it's dead. Like the environment, the vibe, it's dead. That's why it seems that way. Because there are no more leaders. There are no more unique crews with unique players playing unique CVCs and RNG. It's always the same face-to-face 2v2. Face-to-face is boring. Now, I mean, if there was like 5v5 face-to-face CVCs, then you can see how that would be interesting. But there's none of that either. It's 2v2s. Or maybe 3v3s in the rare occasion. A lot of people seem to be giving up on it, like a lot of the OGs. But maybe it's me being foolish. But I still have some hope for it. Maybe for GTA 6 is when things will like step up for RNG. But for now, all we can do is try to bring more leaders into the game. Get more interesting CVCs going on, more interesting 5v5s. But yeah, that's just my opinion. That's why I think it's dead with the crews and all. The weird thing is there's a lot of crews still today, but they're just scared to play. I don't know why. They don't play CVCs. So sure, lobbies can be filled up today. I could get a full lobby of 16 players filled in like 10-20 seconds if I stream. But that's all we're doing now. We're just playing TDMs. We're not doing any big interesting CVCs where nobody's proving themselves anymore. Everyone's kind of just settled. Yeah, everyone's just settled. That's why people like they think the prime of RNG is in 2015 because of the CVCs. That's basically it. That's what I think, at least, because TDMs and RNG in general, it's not actually dead. People can still join RNG matches if you have the right people added. I know for a fact there are people that still play all day, every day, full lobbies. I know for a fact this goes on still because I am subbed to some RNG streamers who, when I go into their streams, I see their lobbies are full of people. I'm talking 16 and up, 16 players and up in their lobbies. So no, RNG and TDMs aren't dead. It's the competitive scene that's dead, which sucks because the CVCs is a really big part of RNG, and I think something really should be done with it. There should be more leaders and more crews coming in with more unique players that aren't afraid to lose in a CVC. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Let's just try to enjoy it. No programs aside, like put that shit away. Anyway, those are my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys agree with me that it's mostly CVCs? Or what do you guys think? Some people say that it's because there's not more YouTubers. That could be another factor, I guess. But back then there was never any YouTubers. The YouTubers were the leaders of the crews. The leader of CDOS was never a YouTuber. He was just a leader of CDOS. Aster was never a YouTuber. He just uploaded interesting CVCs. And these people were people who were like special, who people looked up to, you know. Anyway, that's about it for this video, and yeah, that's about it. Peace.